You and I are best suited to help the people who are where we used to be. You see, if you and I have walked a trail and somebody else wants to know what it's like, we're a pretty good tour guide because we've walked that trail. And with regard to personal development, we are often best positioned to help those who have the same circumstances that we used to have and perhaps that we have overcome. Now, in that regard, I'm rather well suited to help people to deal with issues of truthfulness and integrity. Now, why is that? It's because I used to be someone who paid lip service to integrity, who said, oh yeah, I tell the truth. And yet I was also prone to take the easy way out when withholding the truth or allowing somebody to have a misconception was more convenient, if that would be helpful to advance the agenda. It came to my attention one day. I was dispatching workmen to go to job sites, and a phone call came in from a woman who said, what time will the men be there this morning? And the secretary said, oh, they should be there no later than 9 o'clock. Well, when 9 o'clock came, the woman called back and said, where are the men? And the secretary put the call through to me. Now, I knew full well that the men were still in the parking lot. I could look out the window and see that they were there. But I wanted to calm the situation down. And so with the best of intentions, I said, well, they could be pulling up any moment now. Now, was that the truth? Well, in a stretch, yeah, they could be. But I knew full well that they couldn't be pulling up any moment now. And so did everyone else in the office. You see, everyone that overheard that conversation knew that I was willing to compromise the truth for the sake of calming down the customer. Now, I thought I had done pretty well, but later someone called it to my attention, and I'm grateful for that reproof. You see, they said, you have just caused all of us to question how true what you tell us is. Now, I'm not sure that I fully appreciated it that day. I might have been a little defensive. I might have said, well, I had to. The woman just needed to calm down. I tried to put everything at peace. But as I thought about it later, I realized that my word needs to be perceived as true. And not just mostly true, but as true as I can possibly be. Now, that doesn't mean that we have to spill our guts and tell everyone everything. It's okay to withhold certain information, but we don't want to get into the habit of playing loose with the facts as a way of coping with life's pressures. And that's what was happening to me. So, for just a moment here, let's look at the advantage of having integrity in our speech. You see, if people know that we tell the truth, even when it does not advance our interests, their confidence in us goes way, way up. Think about someone who's making their living in sales. If the person buying suspects that the salesman may play loose with the facts, if it'll help him to close the deal, what just happened to their relationship? Now, on the other hand, when the salesman looks him in the eye and tells the absolute truth about the product, about its limitations, about the areas where it might not be a perfect fit for the customer, instead of losing the sale, they may actually gain that sale plus many more over the years to come. They also may get the word of mouth referral because people will say, he won't lie to you. Now, that's quite a compliment nowadays with regard to a salesperson, to be told he won't lie to you. And that can be the outcome for people who go ahead and present the facts, even when they're not favorable. The other thing, when we lack integrity in our speech, it opens up the door to suspicion that we might lack integrity in other things, maybe in areas of life that we don't talk about. And that disrupts trust. And that can slowly eat away at relationships like a cancer. So by being meticulously truthful, especially with those closest to us, and letting them see us behave with integrity, even when it might not be to our advantage, that can be a stepping stone to set up a better dynamic in all the relationships that you and I have.